Hey everybody, it's Craig Faniani from the Sacramento Jazz Education Foundation Lesson Bank, and we're back with lesson number 10 on ear training, harmonic context. This time we're going to sing chords. Why do we sing? Actually, you can sing or whistle or hum if you want to. This assures that you're processing melodies and harmonies in the correct part of your brain without help from any other tonal source. Seeing and hearing the notes in your mind's ear. It's acceptable to look at a keyboard or hold your instrument, but absolutely no external sounds to help you, like pressing down keys and hearing what's going on. Okay, good. It's important that you can hear harmonies under your melody notes. This is, again, context. For a lot of players that play single notes, there isn't a lot of regard for the notes that are underneath. So this is going to help with the context of how the note sounds with the harmony. For example, if you want to play Jingle Bells, you need to hear the first note of the melody and the chord underneath that accompanies it. So if someone calls Jingle Bells an F, you'll know that the dashing through the snow part starts on the fifth and you're able to hear the F major chord below it. If instead you're starting on the chorus, the Jingle Bells part, Jingle Bells, that part, you'll know that the melody is on the third and be able to hear how the F chord lays below that note. You'll want to hear the first note of All of Me as the root on top of a C major chord, which happen to be outlined by the notes that follow. Remember, melodies are made up of chords and scale tones, so it's not surprising that the opening three phrases of All of Me are comprised of arpeggiated chords. Take a look. So, we're going to sing chords. We're going to start with a note and sing a major triad below it as if that note is the fifth or the third or the root. Or you can think of it this way. The given note is the root, so you're looking for the third and fifth. If that note is the fifth, you're looking for the root and third below it. And if that note is the third, you're looking for the root and fifth below it. Here is where all of your training comes into play. Use your music theory knowledge to help your ears, eyes, and musical senses to figure these out. Let's start with major triads. Okay, let's do an example. So let's say that C is the root of our major triad, and we have to hear the third and the fifth below it. So we're going to hear C, G, E. Sounds like All of Me. Let's say that the C is now the fifth of our scale. So we're looking for the root and the third, and you're going to use your technical knowledge to figure out what that is. So here's the C, and that's the fifth of a major chord. So it's going to be C, C, A, F. Sounds like Star Spangled Banner. Let's say that C is the third of a major scale. So you have to know then that it's going to be the third of what scale? So what is C the major third of? Right, A flat. So ba-da-dum, C, A flat, E flat, and that's how it works. Okay, let's try a few. We're going to start with F. F is now the root of a triad that sits below it, a major triad that sits below it. F, C, A, F, C, A. Now F is the fifth of a major triad that sits below it. F, F, D, B flat. Okay? F is now the third of a major triad below it. That means that it's going to be the third of a D flat. F, D flat, A flat, F, D flat, A flat. And that's how that sounds. That's how that works. Okay, the next one is G. G. G is going to be the root of my major triad below it. G, G, D, B, G, D, B. Now G is the fifth of our major triad. G, that means the middle note is E, and the root is C, because if G is 5, C is 1, E is 3, and so on. Now G is the third. G, E flat, B flat. Now G is the third of our major triad. Okay, another one, B flat. See if you can hear these. B flat is the root. So what is the major triad that sits below it? Well, if B flat's 1, D is 3, and F is 5, B flat, F, D. B flat, F, D. B flat is now the root of our major chord. B flat, F, D. B flat is now the fifth. Can you hear the triad below it? 5, 3, 1. 5, 3, 1. B flat, G, E flat. Now, B flat is the third of a completely different sounding chord, but it's the third. That means that the G flat is going to be the 1 and the D flat is the 5. B flat, ba-da-dum. B flat, G flat, D flat. All right, next one, here's an A. It's now the root of what major chord below? A, E, C sharp. A is now the fifth. This is the fifth of a major scale. Has to be a D chord. We have the third as an F sharp, and the root is a D. Think Star Spangled Banner. A, F sharp, D. Ba-da-dum. Okay, A is now the third of our chord, and we need to find the root and the fifth below. A, ba-da-dum, gives us the root is the F, and the fifth is below. A, F, C. Good. Next one is E flat. See if you can do it. E flat is the root of what chord? E flat with a triad below. B flat, G. E flat is now the fifth. Change your perspective, your context altogether. That's the 5 now. We need 3 and 1. 5, 3, 1. 5, 3, 1. Now, E flat, we might want to call it D sharp now, but it's going to be the third of a B chord. Ba-da-dum. D sharp, B, F sharp. Okay, we're going to take a coffee break before we start the minor chords. Go ahead and try some of those. See how you do before we hit the minors. Okay? Hit the button on the lower left of your screen, and I'll see you for the minors in the next lesson. Thanks.